Hey Nigel, this is Steven from CMP Auto here in Calgary. And this right here, well, it's a perfect truck for you. This is a 2019 Ford F-150 Lariat with the Sport Package. It's finished in Abyss Gray. It's got the 2.7 liter twin turbo V6 EcoBoost. And it's got 57,000 kilometers on it, along with a impeccable service history. Now, I know it's a year older than what you wanted. I know it has 7,000 kilometers more than what you wanted. However, bear with me because I think this is a great option. Number one, the color. Abyss Gray. This is quite the rare color. There's two different grays or similar shade grays that Ford offers. There's Leadfoot, which is a warmer tone, and there's Abyss Gray, which is a cooler tone. This has blue undertones, but it's not blue. It's very sharp. This just arrived. I wasn't aware of it yesterday when we spoke on the phone, but what I'll do in this video, I'll give you a brief walk around tour. We'll go over some key features, and hopefully you agree with me. Now, up front, you have LED daytime running lamps. You have LED headlamps, LED fog lamps, and of course the turn signals as well. You have recovery hooks down the front bumper. You have a block heater right there. Now, because this has a Sport Package, the grille, which is usually chrome, is completely body color, and I think it looks very sharp. Now, around the sides, you get these fender flares, and housed in those are 20-inch wheels, graphite colored or dark silver. They are wrapped in Hankook all-terrain tires. You have mud flaps front and rear. You have side steps, which should make it very easy for your family to get in and out. I know you have little kids. As I mentioned, this is a Lariat, so this is well above what you initially asked for, but I think you'll see the value in it. Now, the side mirrors are nice and chunky and vertical, so sort of like tow mirrors. You have LED turn signals integrated into them. They're power operated, they're heated, and they are auto dimming. You have the Ford exclusive touchpad right here. This comes in handy if at any point you lose your key. You can set a code, so you just punch in the code and the door unlocks. Now, if you do have your key on you in your pocket, this of course has keyless proximity entry, and how that works, you press this to lock it or you press it to unlock it as long as you have the key on you. So when you combine that with the fact that it has push button start, you really never have to take your key out of your pocket, which is nice. I will get into that in a moment. Now, this is the largest cab that Ford offers on the F-150, so the SuperCrew. So the largest rear seats available. Now, this does have the 5.5-foot box. I looked into it. The 6.5-foot box on these trucks, it's super rare. People don't really order them because, number one, they're very long, right? It's, imagine, a foot longer than this. And number two, they're hard to park. Number three, they don't look very good. Now, out back, you have LED tail lamps, reverse lights, turn signals, the whole lot. You'll notice this is for blind spot. Okay, you have a sensor located in here. You have your Sport and 4x4 sticker right there. Now, out back, you have a backup camera. You have backup sensors along the rear bumper. You have your Class 4 hitch receiver, your 4 and 7-pin harnesses right there. You have a dampened tailgate, so it doesn't just flop down. When you open this up, there's a couple key things here. Number one, spray and box liner already applied. Number two, you have LED lighting on each side already installed. Number three, covering it is a soft roll-up tonneau cover, okay? And then number four, you have the integrated step. So you push that button, this flops out, or flips out rather. Now, it's a lot easier to get in. Now, up above, you have a power sliding window with rear defrost in that window as well. EcoBoost badge, as I mentioned, 2.7 liter V6. Okay, let's look at the interior. First things first, you have carbon look interior trim, right? You have all-weather mats down below. You have perforated leather seating. Now back here, you have heated rear seats. It's just going to be the outboard, not the middle. You also have rear AC vents, a 12-volt DC plug. You have 2 USB A's, and you have a 3-prong household plug. And then rear AC vents, cup holders there, cup holders there. And above your head, the lighting is going to be LED in here. Now this bench, of course, flips up, and it does the same on the other side. You have storage in here, and you have a very flat floor, completely flat floor. This is great if you want to sleep back here. Maybe you have a big dog, right? Maybe you have a toolbox, or maybe you're doing an IKEA run and you have a big giant box that you don't want to put in your bed. You want to put it in here, but you don't want it teeter-tottering over what is usually here, which is called a driveline hump. So this is what you want. There you go. One other thing I forgot to mention, it does have blind spot monitoring as well. So that lights up if someone is in your blind spot as you're driving. Now up front, you have a power driver's seat with memory function if you and Pamela are both going to be driving this. Also, you have a power tilt and telescoping wheel. Okay. You also have power adjustable pedals. You have automatic headlamps, bed lighting, and then your fog lamps right there. These are going to be for your puddle lamps. So there are lamps on each side mirror, which is nice. Speaking of those mirrors, they're also power folding in case you need to get into a tight spot. All-weather mats as well. Okay. First things first, mileage. Just over 57,000 at the time of this video. Okay. You have a leather wrapped steering wheel. To the right of that, you have your infotainment screen. It has integrated Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, navigation, satellite radio, and of course you have climate controls as well. And what I enjoy about this, you have digital controls for your climate control, and you have physical controls. So whatever interface you prefer, have at it. One other thing that's hidden into the menu is your heated steering wheel, which is nice. So this is leather wrapped and heated. I'm going to turn that off. It's a little toasty in here. Now the seats up front are of course heated like the rear, but they're also cooled up here as well. And if you've never experienced cooled seats, it's a godsend. You also have the Bang & Olufsen audio system. It is fantastic. That is one thing I can say about the F-150s that hands down they have over the Bose audio in the trucks. Just a far better system. You have cruise control as you would expect. Now in addition to your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, of course you have Bluetooth. You have controls here for your center display. You have a ton of information that you can go through, right? Which is nice. What else can I go over? Oh yeah, one very important one. Your 4-wheel drive selector. So you have 2 high, which of course will be rear wheel drive. You have 4 high, so lock and 4-wheel drive, 50-50 split. 4 low, so this will be for like going over rough terrain at very low speed. And then you have 4-wheel drive auto, which is kind of a set it and forget it all-wheel drive system. You don't have to really fiddle around with it, which is great to have. You can pull it as well, and I think that is a locking or disengaging rear differential. I'll read up on that and give you more information. Up above, you have your traction control. You also have your auto stop and start system. So this vehicle is equipped with it, like most newer vehicles. What it does, it shuts off the motor, so it shuts off the engine. When you come to a stop sign or stop light, or let's say you're in a drive-through, if your auxiliary stuff is not getting used quite a bit. For instance, your AC, as long as it's not pumped up all the way, it will shut off the engine. Now, the whole idea behind that is to save gas and reduce emissions. The great thing is once you remove your foot from the brake, the engine turns right back on super quickly and you're off. If you're not a fan of that system, you can turn it off, which is nice to have. Now, dual zone climate control, USB A's ×2 down here. You also have a pocket for your phone, and that of course closes up. Cup holders there. Your gear shift here. You have manual controls for the transmission. This will come in handy when you're towing. You can engine brake, so hold gears instead of riding your brakes. Okay. Now you have your trailer guidance, Pro Trailer. So Pro Trailer backup assist, and your trailer backup switch right there. To the right, you have a 12-volt DC plug, 3-prong household plug, your glove box with a shelf and your original owner's manual. And then in here, a ton of storage with a little shelf. Storage here, storage there, storage everywhere. Anyway, I think this is a great option. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. We'll chat soon. Take care.